Hello, Sunrise and Shine. Oracle Scarlet Dragon Star here with you today with our sunrise reading, messages from the universe, and messages from within. I have here a self-care spread, and I'm going to work with today Living with a Feather Heart. It's the Halls of Amenti Oracle, which Halls of Amenti is another word for the astral realms that hold the Akashic records. So, kind of like the Book of Life, it's where you can go within, with meditating, or, the universe just bringing information to you because everything here is recorded. Everything is recorded and to where you can pick up on it. So, um, let's get started. So, what do we need? What to do right now? So, what to do right now? We have I honor virtue. So, I honor virtue is defined. Okay. That's my little one, Aurora. Uh, she's a little white kitty cat. Um, okay. Virtue is defined as moral excellence, goodness, or righteousness. So, right now, you want to have moral excellence, goodness, righteousness. But this definition alone does not fully encapsulate what living this ideal means. It has been said that the four cardinal virtues are temperance, prudence, courage, and justice. Four pillars emerging from a strong spiritual foundation that holds the divine astral architect of the soul in place. The pillars of virtue can be honored by remembering the call to action this ideal invokes. The Egyptian proverb, to know means to record in one's memory, but to understand means to blend with the things and to assimilate it oneself. So that reminds me of when I first started my awakening journey to many things. That is like I don't know, it's like living a false, kind of like an illusion type life. I mean, it seems real and everything. Of course, it's real to you because that's how you're seeing the world. But then when you wake up to the actual truths of a lot of things, then you're like, oh wow. Or like even noticing some of your generational curses. And it's not like you're going to snap your fingers and become a different person in a day or at that moment of finding out something. It takes time and practice putting in those things and learning it. Yeah, you heard it and you're learning it. You heard it from the universe or pulled it out from the Akashic records, but doesn't mean you can just, all of a sudden that's you in your life. It takes time to make certain changes, eating habits, different types of routines that you have that you're changing to something else. It's all part of that. So it's saying that you want to honor, like even though you've put in, like when you find out things, you want to honor those things that, like, is truth that came to you. Not to just keep, you know, It's like that, like once, like innocence of not knowing, but once you know, it's like becomes not innocent anymore. But like working through it, I still feel like you have innocence with it because you're working through it. It's something that you've never done before, but it's not like just you find out something from the universe and you're just like, oh, ignore it completely. It says to show temperance is to be reminded to keep your spiritual scale balanced, to keep a calm mind, to control your emotions, to breathe, to remember love are the highest truths. To demonstrate prudence is to exercise caution, to remain practical, and to use discretion. It is to be aware and ponder the weight of your actions, to contemplate how each choice may manifest through every area of your life. Weigh and consider your options for action, because there is always a direct reaction as it ripples through time. To be courageous is to keep an open heart and to stay strong in the face of adversity. It is to be reminded to create from a place of love by aligning your heart with your mind. You can dissolve any fear by facing it head on, because the only way past fear is through it. All darkness has the potential to transmute into light by letting your own inner light shine. Emotional, physical, and mental strength are the actions of this inner light, from which courageousness emerges. The fortitude of I honor virtue allows for liberation of spirit, untethered from the binding chains of fear. To apply the virtue of justice to your life is to will what is fair and to remember to do the right thing always. Be righteous isn't about having to be right, it's about being right in the spiritual sense of a connection to heart, to compassion, to kindness, to empathy, and to a humble awareness of the interconnected nature of every living being. So, what to do now is remember to do the right thing. Follow your intuition. It's telling you something, follow it. Don't just ignore it, and then you have the negative karma that happens with it. You want the good karma to happen. So, and there is truth, there is right and wrong. You know, I know that you shouldn't harm anyone unless you're defending yourself, like protecting yourself and they're trying to attack you or kill you or something. What we need to hear. I follow my inner guidance. So, yes, we like it's if you want to be like to me following your higher self, your psychic self, your intuition, you want to be on lock, you want to be growing faster, becoming more ascended, you have to follow your intuition. It guides you all the time. When something's it's like there's a difference like when you get that, oh, probably shouldn't do that. Probably shouldn't do that, right? And the other times, even if you're not hearing something, then you're probably on the right path. But when you hear that, no, that's not right, then listen to it. Definitely. So, what we need to hear is follow your inner guidance. And this will guide you right on the right path every time. It'll be guiding you correctly every time. Let's see. It says the 6 integral faculties of mind are believed to be reason, memory, perception, will, imagination, and intuition. The mind's faculties are in metaphoric chess pieces, which assist in strategic navigation over the chessboard of waking life. Through reason, we are able to logically plan and strategize like a rook. We can move backwards or forwards, left or right, but have the notion to think ahead with logic instead of solely operating with instinct. Memory empowers a remembering encoded with the DNA of our reasoning, a faculty which dances like the bishop, fully aware and grounded in the notion of contrast. Perception, like a knight, may jump over memory and reason depending on circumstances, disregarding contrast and fueled by a strength and conviction. Imagination is king, the creative potential which allows us to build our castles in the sky through the power of the mind's eye. With aptitude of insight, we allow will to be the pawn, which captures the reality we wish to claim. Finally, the queen to our king of imagination is our power of intuition as the universal language of feeling. The synthesis of emotion and insight, foresight met with strategy. Intuition, in conjunction with all other working parts of the conscious mind, brings total awareness, and through cultivation of awareness and the idea of inner guidance, we are led to a deepening of awareness of self and the self-strategic relationship to the totality of the all. So, yes, and to me, intuition it's like a feeling that you get. It's like when you feel things that are good, it feels good. But when you feel that something isn't right, then obviously it's not right. You know? And it's one of those things when things are feeling good, it feels good. It's going, flowing, and and just to doubt, that's not your intuition, that's doubt. But like it has to be a feeling of like something's up, and it could be that something's up with something, but it's all in how you perceive and see things. You have to go within to see the big picture. Now, our problem at this time, I live in truth. So, being honorable in all ways, being authentic fully. We are not living authentic fully in some ways. I live in truth. Because if you know certain things, which, like I said, there is truth, there is lies, there is real. So if there is real, then you can be in some type of denial sometimes, or not doing your truth like you should be doing. And that's staying authentic. Saying no when you're supposed to say no. Saying yes when you're supposed to say yes. Not because you feel you have to do something because someone wants to make you do something, or that you feel underneath someone. No. That's not living in any truth. Okay? Living in truth is following your heart and your passions, your desires, and going after them, and not in the way of hurting someone. Um, see our problem right now. The Hermetic principle of polarity describes the dual nature of reality in such a way that reconciles the very notion, stating that all truths are but half-truths and every truth is half-false. This complicated paradox may cause us to wonder what is truth anyway. That's true in some kind of ways, like people's perceptions of certain things is their truth. But even behind people's perceptions, there is still truth. But I understand that people will have their truths of their perceptions of how they see things. That is true as well. And they're saying that's to have duality of like, to me, duality is just being able to learn to live, to experience, to be here and experience being human, or whatever you're being at the time. Is to experience that. But there's still truths in that. It says everything is dual, everything has poles, everything has its pair of opposites. Like and unlike are the same. Opposites are identical in nature, but different in degree. Extremes meet, all truths are but half-truths, and paradoxes may be reconciled. And like I said, in ways, perception. And looking at truth beyond the esoteric lens, and into what it is in the present moment, this malleable concept may ideally be understood as a choice to live in alignment with what is authentic to your true instinct, the heart of your soul's song. When we are out of alignment with truth, the heart can feel heavy, anchored in the weight of deceit to self, paralyzed by inauthentic action. The venomous energy of dishonesty constricts the potential to be a creator within a consciously creative reality, as the space in which your soul orbits spirals into discord. And looking at a life of truth as an idea to strive towards, let us be reminded of the serpent as an energetic metaphor. The serpent moves through life fluidly, following intuition, allowing its senses to guide its actions, and does not question movement, but rather follows an instinctual truth. As time goes by, the serpent sheds its skin, letting go of what is no longer necessary, slightly transformed, but still ever evolving and consistently moving with the momentum of its soul song. In our human existence, we are presented with daily obstacles and potentially difficult personalities that will cause us to instinctually tell a half-truth or say something half-false. But if we try to stay in alignment with our first intuition and speak less, teach more, we anchor our awareness in authenticity. For every true no we say, we remain in alignment with more yeses. And what may feel in opposition is actually a reconciliation with duality. The snake sheds its skin when it's no longer necessary, but it is still the same snake. When the snake sheds its skin when it's no longer necessary, but it's still the same snake. If we remember to shed what is in discord with our truth, as no longer in alignment with our soul song, we become who we truly are, transformed. Awesome. What to do here soon? We have I am forgiving. And we have I care for the earth. And I keep waters pure. So to remember to forgive self and to forgive others, because we're here to learn, we're here to experience. You know, if you're just gonna hold something over your head forever, like you can never be able, like you're supposed to be this perfect being that knows it all from the beginning, that's false. I mean, then how are you gonna be able to experience? You know? Um, so definitely be more forgiving to yourself and others, and more compassion to yourself. Care for the earth. When you care for the earth, you're showing more love. You're showing more love to yourself and where you live, and with so many other beings in this universe in different ways. You know, appreciating every little thing like that you have, that you own, that is around you, the ground, the place that you're at, appreciating it, like really seeing it for what it is instead of always wanting more or what someone else has, like enjoying the moment of appreciating what you have now. And that will help you to take care of your space and the earth and keep the waters pure. So, to me, that has something to do with your emotions. I'm going to read that one. I'm going to read a little bit of each of those for what's coming up for us, what we need to remember and to work on remembering as well. I am forgiving. So, mental cleansing, family conferences in which relationships were set right through prayer, discussion, confessions, repentance, and mutual restitution and forgiveness. State, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you to the person for whom you seek forgiveness. You stimulously forgive and heal yourself. And definitely do that for yourself too. Ask for forgiveness for yourself. You know, forgive yourself. Have compassion to yourself. This act of awareness can serve as a reminder to embody the idea of I am forging through the understanding that each encounter is but a looking glass for peering into your soul's reflection. Love the reflection, and the reflection will love you back. Condemn the reflection, and you may not like what you see. Forgive, perceive imperfections and wrongdoings, as the heavy heart serves no one but the denser spirits of the underworld. In the divine architect of experience, perhaps there are no mistakes, only lessons. To maintain a sense of divine harmony, remember to embody the idea of forgiveness through tenderness, mercy, humiliation, and gratitude. Keep a feather heart by forgiving and letting go of the density of anger and judgment. A scale is best balanced with light and love. Okay, let's see what this, I keep the waters pure. Now it has something to do with emotions. In Egyptian mythology, Nun or Nun is the deification of water and understood to be the representation of the primeval water of chaos, which existed before giving birth to the land. Water is represented as the realm of emotions, the subconscious, and intuition. Water is feeling, finds a relationship to earth as sensation. Water is a malleable influence which can transmute and transform purity and cleanse, create and destroy, conceive and birth. Very true. Water can definitely destroy, can definitely cleanse, and create. Yes, yes. And birth, they did some birth too. Okay, as water is a life force that is ever present, fluent in lunar language as it moves with the tides in the symbolic representation of the subconscious mind. Path of the self inquiry and initiation into higher levels of thought and experience asks the candidate to make the unconscious conscious by exploring the abyss of the subconscious mind. Purification first comes through identification, and in diving deep into the waters of the uncharted darkness, the process of transformation begins. Egyptian proverb: you will free yourself when you learn to be neutral and follow the instructions of your heart, without letting things perturb you. This is the way of Ma'at. So you will free yourself when you learn to be neutral and follow the instructions of your heart without letting things perturb you. This is the way of Ma'at. Rachel, I can hear you shout. Nope, 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 nope. Okay. The depths of the subconscious may show us our demons, such as fear, hatred, and anger, which in turn manifest in the material world through detrimental actions like tyranny, fanaticism, and ignorance. As we look into this reflecting pool of unresolved trauma, we must be reminded that all we will ever see looking back is our own reflection. For the reflection to transform, we must as well. It is through finding love for the unresolved trauma, giving light to darkness, and allowing the beating of our heart to transmute the images of the past that we can clearly visualize what is possible and move forward fluidly. Unlike Narcissus, who drowned in a shallow pool, admiring his own beauty, this beauty, your essence, is a pure expression of truth, which can only spring from a cleansed subconscious. Pure beauty hydrates the soul and reflects light in every wave. Our nightmares then become dreams. Fear becomes love. Hatred becomes acceptance. Anger becomes passion. Tyranny shifts to democracy. Fanaticism to philosophy, and ignorance to awareness. With a light heart and purified mind, even demons can transform into angels. And any prior perceptions of antithesis is now seen as what makes our life thesis that much more profound. In making the unconscious conscious, our feelings, each ripple of purity expands into the collective, allowing for a more fluid evolution to flow forward with a feathered heart, connected to all but attaching to nothing. So being connected to your feelings. What feels right, what doesn't feel right. It's very important. If something doesn't feel right, then you shouldn't be there. If something does feel right, you're meant to be there. And it's hard for many people because a lot of people aren't connected to their emotions. They're not understanding why they're feeling certain ways or why they feel the way they feel or what they even feel, because people have been so disconnected from their emotions, told that their emotions are wrong. Your emotions aren't wrong. They might be in certain ways, but I mean, it's not wrong to feel a certain way, but it's how you go about it and how, what you do with it. If something's not making you feel good, leave it behind. Go somewhere else. Go towards something else. If it's something that feels good, well, you'll know because you'll still be there in it, feeling good, maybe. But you can pick up on emotions of other people through songs, body language, how they talk, words they write. And that's also how you can tap into your emotions as well. What we should avoid at this time. I advance through my own abilities. So I would say with this being in what you should avoid at this time is not just relying on yourself for everything. Realize that many spirits and beings are here for a reason, and that's for us to be together to help each other out. We're not meant to do everything alone. Um, or back in the day, we had tribes, and tribes did, we did everything as a tribe. They say it takes a tribe to raise a child. It takes all of us. And so, have that friend, have those friends, have the, certain family members who you connect with really well be with you and enjoy time with them. And don't be afraid to ask for help once in a while with certain things. You might be someone who's kind of like me, who's, doesn't ask for help unless super feel desperate. But you want to try not to get to where you're at that point, and just, I guess, kind of just invite people in your life sometimes to, have that company, because just having that company helps with taking a load off, helps with many things. So yes, we can advance through our own abilities, of course. You know, usually it takes our passion and desire to get to where we want. But in this way, it's saying to don't be afraid of, other people's love or other people's help or being there with other people, with your family, with your tribe of people. Okay. I hope you all enjoyed this and that it gave you some clarity and some insight. And if you liked it, hit the like button. And if you'd like to see more videos like this, subscribe. And remember that you're the one that creates your path. That you can have control of your life and your path, and you make that. So remember to make your day amazing. Okay. Love y'all. Bye.